I am Orion. When you close your eyes and enter the stillness of meditation, have you ever seen twinkling lights before your inner vision? Geometric shapes spiraling in silence? Or perhaps you've heard sounds that seem to come from nowhere, neither inside you nor from the outside world. Maybe a flash of violet light passed across your awareness. Maybe you felt a low-frequency hum pulsing like a heartbeat. This is not imagination. It is the edge of consciousness gently being pushed open. Today, we're stepping into a realm that many have experienced, but few truly understand. The mystical visions and sensations that arise during meditation. Where do these lights, symbols, and sounds come from? Are they doorways to higher awareness or projections from our own mind? And more importantly, how do we respond when they appear? How do we know what is real and what is illusion? Welcome to Cosmic Mirror. You are the mirror, and what reflects is real. Before we explore the visions themselves, there's something vital to understand. Meditation is not about experiencing nothing. It is about entering a deeper state of perception. As your body becomes still, your brainwaves begin shifting from fast-paced beta waves into the slower, more spacious alpha or even theta states. In this shift, the mind moves away from logical, linear thinking, begins to open a more ancient, intuitive channel of awareness. Boundaries between your senses begin to blur. Your consciousness expands, gently touching layers of subtle energy, archetypal memory, and extrasensory perception that are normally hidden from your everyday mind. That is why many people during meditation begin to experience glowing lights, golden violet or indigo appearing in the inner vision. Complex shapes, spirals, mandalas, cosmic grids, a flowing or vibrating sensation of energy moving through the body, subtle sounds, ringing, humming, tones echoing from far away, sudden waves of emotion, tears without cause, or deep joy alternating with sadness. These are not random. They are projection phenomena, signs that your awareness is moving through different layers of frequency. And each type of vision is a reflection of your current state of consciousness unfolding. In the next sections, we'll decode these experiences one by one and step into the deeper mystery they hold. 2. Decoding the language of visions. Light, shape, sound, and sensation. When we enter deep states of consciousness through meditation, information from different frequencies begins to reveal itself in symbolic forms. These visions are not random. They are natural reflections of consciousness moving through various inner dimensions. It's like your inner radar picking up signals beyond the ordinary senses. Let's explore some of the most common types of meditative visions and what they may reveal. 1. Lights and flashes. The opening of energy perception. One of the most frequent meditative phenomena is seeing flashes of light, glowing orbs, or colored mists behind closed eyes. White or golden lights often symbolize high-frequency energy or the opening of pure awareness, what some traditions call a spiritual illumination. Violet or indigo hues are typically linked to the third eye or throat chakra, indicating flows of intuition, insight, or expression. Green, red, or orange tones may point to heart. A root or sacral chakra activity, often related to emotional release or bodily healing. These are not lights perceived by the physical eye. They are frequencies perceived by the soul vision's subtle messages from the energy body to your conscious awareness. 2. Patterns and sacred geometry. The architecture of consciousness. Some meditators report seeing intricate shape spirals, mandalas, sacred geometry, or lattice-like structures resembling a cosmic grid. Spirals, mandalas, or petal-like forms often symbolize internal energy movements or the emergence of a center of awareness. Grid patterns or crystalline structures suggest contact with a field of universal consciousness, the framework underlying energy reality. Repeating symmetrical visuals indicate that deep internal integration is occurring, opposing forces coming into harmony. In essence, these visions are the visual language of consciousness moving toward higher order. Ancient mystic traditions, Tantra, Hermetic alchemy, and sacred geometry speak of such patterns as gateways to inner knowledge. 3. Sounds and vibrations. Messages from the subtle realms. Many people hear subtle sounds during meditation that do not come from the external world. These are often signals from the energy body or spiritual channels. Humming, low-frequency tones, or overtone-like vibrations may indicate energetic awakenings or transmissions from higher levels of awareness. Bell sounds, wind-like whooshes, or electronic static often point to the opening of psychic pathways or downloads of intuitive information. Hearing your name, words, or voices calling could be your subconscious or higher self-initiating contact. This is especially common during the early stages of transformation. There's no need for fear or attachment. These sounds are echoes of the soul-gentle affirmations that you are being seen from beyond the veil. 4. Physical sensations and energy movement, anchoring awareness in the body as your consciousness grounds into the body. Visions may also express themselves through somatic sensations. Localized warmth, twitching, pulsing may reflect the opening of energy channels, known in Eastern traditions as the nadis or meridians. Spinal sensations or pressure on the crown can indicate kundalini movement or the activation of the crown chakra. Sudden waves of emotion tears, unexplained joy, or deep sadness often point to old energy releasing as your soul breathes more fully into the present moment. These experiences have been carefully recorded in ancient spiritual texts such as the Yoga Sutras, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and the 7 Hermetic Principles. Most importantly, these visions are not the goal. They are signs that you are moving through the path. The real journey is towards stability and expansion of consciousness. 3. Visions as mirrors of consciousness, the soul's cursor of growth. The visions we experience in meditation are not mere visual illusions. They are reflections, symbolic projections of the stage your consciousness is currently passing through. Just like a plant shows different forms during each phase of its growth cycle, your awareness, too, expresses itself through unique spiritual phenomena as it awakens, integrates, and ascends. Let us take a look at how some of the most common meditative visions correspond to the stages of inner development. Stage 1. Sensory relaxation and energetic stirring. Typical experiences: fleeting flashes of white, golden, or bluish lights, floating or weightless sensations, gentle inner heat or waves of movement, ringing in the ears, low hums, or subtle inner tones. State of consciousness. Your awareness begins to withdraw from external senses and turn inward. The energy field loosens, life force begins to flow more freely. Brainwaves shift from beta to alpha, moving into a state of calm focus and open presence. Keywords: first contact with the self, channels opening, purification begins. Stage 2. Energy integration and mental purging. Typical experiences: swirling clouds of color, vortexes, or flowing star-like fields. Intense energetic sensations like pulsing, vibrating, or waves of heat. Emotional surges, spontaneous tears, or vivid memory fragments. State of consciousness: awareness enters the theta brainwave range. Suppressed emotions, mental debris, and past trauma begin to rise to the surface. Subconscious structures loosen, allowing hidden content to emerge. Keywords: shadow surfacing, energy alignment, emotional release. Stage 3. Spiritual channels and higher awareness activation. Typical experiences: purple or violet light clusters, lotus symbols, or mandala-like structures. Seeing energy outlines of yourself or others. Receiving inner messages, images, symbols, or auditory guidance. State of consciousness: intuitive faculties are activated. Third eye and pineal gland stimulation increases. Higher self or higher consciousness begins to interact. The soul's blueprint and divine intelligence begin to download or synchronize. Keywords: intuitive awakening, soul communication, sacred connection. Stage 4. Mystical experience and unity consciousness. Typical experiences: feeling like a body of light, dissolving boundaries, time-space distortion, or ego dissolving. Waves of oneness, boundless love, or compassion flowing through. The sense of I disappears, yet you feel more real than ever before. State of consciousness: brainwaves shift into delta or even gamma frequencies. Individual awareness briefly merges with universal consciousness. Glimpses of awakening or non-dual states occur. Keywords: unity, emptiness, divine reality. Visions are feedback from the soul. Consciousness is the compass of your journey. In many spiritual lineages, this unfolding of inner imagery is called inner illumination, spiritual sight, or clear seeing. It's not a sign of supernatural power, it's simply what consciousness looks like when it's blooming. It's just like a flower does not bloom to prove its worth. It blooms because it has reached that moment in the cycle of becoming. For illusion or guidance. 5 principles for discerning what is real in meditation. The visions we encounter during meditation can be captivating. At times they feel dreamlike, mysterious, or deeply moving. Fleeting sensations or inner sounds that linger long after we return to ordinary awareness. But this raises a deeper question. Are we truly seeing something real, or are these simply projections of the mind? Without the ability to distinguish truth from illusion, we may fall into one of 2 traps. Becoming overly fascinated, believing every image or sound is a divine revelation, or completely dismissing everything and missing true messages from the soul. So how do we tell the difference? Here are 5 reliable principles to help you discern. Each one is worth sitting with, quietly and honestly. Principle 1. Does it bring peace or agitation? A genuine spiritual experience will not make you anxious, hyper, or inflated with self-importance. It does not whisper, "You are special." Instead, it settles into you with quiet, depth-offering, calm, clarity, and stillness. Even if the vision is vivid or otherworldly, it leaves you with a feeling of coming home. This is the first boundary between soul and sight and mental fantasy. Principle 2. Does it return consistently and meaningfully? True inner visions often repeat over time. They may appear in different meditations, under different states, yet carry the same symbol, color, or feeling. A certain image or phrase reappears. A specific color or presence returns in moments of silence. A guiding tone continues to call you. This suggests the experience may come from a deeper level of your subconscious soul, that a spiritual intelligence is guiding your awareness. Random, one-time visions that are chaotic or disconnected are more likely products of a restless nervous system. Principle 3. Can it be grounded in your life, or is it only a spectacle? A true spiritual insight carries a transformative quality. It shifts something real within you, such as sudden emotional clarity, a fresh understanding of someone or something, a shift in your behavior that feels like a natural evolution. If the experience simply leaves you saying, "Wow, that was cool," but nothing in your life or inner being changes, then it may just be an illusion dressed in glitter. Principle 4. Does it touch your body or only your thoughts? Mind, body, and spirit are not separate. When an inner vision is truly meaningful, it ripples through your entire system. Tears may rise. Your spine might tingle. You might feel warmth, vibration, or subtle movements throughout your body. These are signs your entire energy field is being touched, not just your logical brain. Illusions, by contrast, tend to hover lightly in the surface, mind-fleeting, dreamlike, and ungrounded. Principle 5. Are you left clearer or more confused afterward? This is perhaps the most important. Real spiritual experiences do not demand to be held on to. They do not create a craving to return. Instead, they leave you cleaner inside, clearer, calmer, and more whole. You do not chase the moment, you allow it to pass because something deeper has already integrated. Illusions, on the other hand, often bring obsession or rumination, increasing confusion when described. A vague sense of instability. If you find yourself becoming more inwardly clear, aware, and steady, then no matter how small the experience was, it likely came from the light of your soul. The sacred is not defined by what you see, but by what you become. The vision itself is not the goal. It is simply your soul whispering to you, you are moving forward. You are approaching truth and the ability to discern truth. It does not come from blind faith or skeptical denial, but from the quiet wisdom of a clear and centered heart. 5. How should we respond when visions arise? For many people, encountering visions during meditation, especially for the first time, can stir powerful emotions. Some feel a sudden thrill, wondering, am I awakening? Am I about to open psychic abilities? Have I become enlightened? Others may feel the opposite, nervous, confused, or even frightened. Did I see something unclean? Am I losing control? All of these reactions are natural, because most of us were never taught what consciousness truly is, or how it operates beneath the surface. So how should we respond when visions appear? Here are 5 key reminders I hope every spiritual traveler can keep close to heart. First, see it, but do not cling to it whether you saw light, a symbol, a color, or even a presence. First, simply allow it to be there. Let it be a natural expression of consciousness. Do not rush to define it. Do not rush to resist it. Silently in your heart, you might say, I see you. Thank you for appearing. This gentle, non-attached awareness is at the very core of true spiritual maturity. Second, feel it with awareness, not analyze it with the mind. Visions are not puzzles to be solved. They are not a test. They are not a riddle from the universe. They are like a drop of water landing in the lake of your inner awareness, creating ripples that only you can feel. So instead of asking, what does this mean? Try asking, did I feel a sense of love or peace? Was something within me released or softened? Did I touch something deeper than words? This is what it means to respond not with curiosity, but with presence. Third, stay present. Do not jump out of meditation to reflect. One of the most common reactions to a vision is to immediately open the eyes, grab a notebook, or get lost in thought. But dear one, stay, breathe, remain in the stillness a little longer. Sometimes what comes next is even more profound. Perhaps another layer of the subconscious is ready to open. Perhaps the door to a deeper realm is just now creaking open. If you jump out too soon, you might miss the most important light of all. Fourth, after meditation, gently integrate. Do not rush to interpret. You do not have to immediately research what you saw. You do not have to ask others for meaning. The moment you rush into the mind's logic, you step out of the soul's space. Instead, consider this simple approach. Sit quietly for a few more minutes. Drink a glass of water. Write down a few words about the experience, or even draw the color or shape you saw. Not to understand it, but to help your system gently hold and integrate the energy. Visions speak the language of the right brain, symbolic, intuitive, whole. Trying to dissect them too soon with the left brain only weakens their subtle power. Fifth, and perhaps most important, let the vision shape your life, not just your meditation. A true spiritual vision will not fade when the session ends. It will quietly begin reshaping how you walk through the days that follow. Maybe you find yourself reacting with more softness to a familiar emotion. Maybe something that once troubled you now feels a little clearer. True spirituality does not happen in the experience, it happens in the integration. Remember this? The vision does not occur during meditation. It occurs in the life that follows. So may you not only see the light, but become it, soft, steady presence. That lights your own path forward. You are the mirror. Reflection is real. Visions you see in meditation are signals rising from the ocean of your own consciousness. They are not magic, not illusions. They are you. A soft whisper from the depths of your soul, trying to reach you. Learn to listen. Learn to release. Learn not to be seduced by the images, but also not to dismiss them too quickly. And above all, remember, what truly matters is not what you see, but who you become through the seeing. I'm Orion. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the deeper waters of the self. If this exploration has touched you and you feel the call to go deeper with us, like this video and subscribe to Cosmic Mirror. Share it with a friend walking their own meditation path, and let us know in the comments. Have you ever experienced a vision in meditation? What did it feel like? Here, we don't just talk about spirituality, we live its truth together. Until next time, may your light continue to reveal the truth within.